Test, test. All right. That seems to be working. Got a couple of seconds here. Um, then we'll get into it. We've got some news to start us off here. Bring up Obsidian here. And there we go. So, for those of you who may not follow regularly, the National Wrestling Commission universe is a universe in which, since the early 1900s, since I guess about I think I said 1905 or so, wrestling has been nationalized. There have been two nationally recognized, federally run regulating bodies, the National Wrestling Commission, which is the one that we focus on, and then there is another one that is older but has sort of fallen off and become more interested in boxing, called the National Bureau of Boxing and Wrestling, the NBBW. That's where that, when you hear me talk about the NBBW titles, those are sanctioned by that particular regulating body, but they're defended in the NWC because the NBBW doesn't really concern itself with wrestling anymore. So, with that said, there are no such thing as local territories or smaller promotions. It's all done on a national level. Until now. This is news that has been broken by Ring Sports News, and it says Ed Lewis opening promotion in Kentucky. Former NWC World's Heavyweight Champion Ed Lewis, who feels he has been treated poorly by the NWC itself, has announced plans to open his own wrestling promotion based out of Louisville, Kentucky. Lewis stated, "I've got no issues following the NWC rules, honoring the NWC titles, and operating in conjunction with the NWC, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let them push me around anymore when it comes to matchmaking." Lewis, who has been publicly critical of the NWC's matchmaking decisions when it came to the defenses of former champion Farmer Burns. That should be Lewis said. Lewis made it clear that that he will not be the matchmaker and that he's only the money man. "Because I'm still active in the ring, I'm keeping my hands out of the decision-making. I don't want anyone accusing me of fixing fights. I'm just putting up the money and attaching my credibility to this venture, which will be run by folks who the average wrestling fan wouldn't know." Our sources inside the NWC have said that most of the members of the NWC, which are the members of the NWC are the state athletic commissions of the states that recognize the NWC as the federal authority of wrestling in their state. So they would be like the state athletic commissioner. Are skeptical that non-nationally sanctioned promotions would be able to succeed, but many of them are open to the idea of working with more localized promotions, as it would offer many wrestlers new avenues of work and remove some of the financial burden of making sure wrestlers can ply their trade full-time from the two national governing bodies. Lewis and his behind-the-scenes associates are said to be aiming to run their first show later this month, and it will include some big names, obviously due to Lewis's connections in the wrestling world, as well as some yet-to-be-seen talent. No actual matches have been announced as of yet, but NWC World's Heavyweight Champion, Lou Thez, is slated to be in the main event in a non-title match. So that is news that's going on right now in the National Wrestling Commission universe. Ed Lewis opening up his own promotion in Kentucky, the first non-nationally sanctioned promotion. And they will be starting shows sometime early or later in the month or early next month. His goal here is apparently to do it early or later in this coming month, but we'll see. And with that, we can get into our NWC show. So let's zoom down here and load up the the program here. And we'll go into here and we'll load up our match card. Load event. We've got card 6.2. Here we go. So our NWC card for the evening is going to see Billy Varga take on Strangler Evan Lewis. Making their debuts, Gladys Gillem and June Byers will be in action. The Fabulous Kangaroos with Wild Red Berry will be taking on the Dusek Riot Squad with their older brother Rudy Dusek. Frank Gotch will be fighting Black Sam. And for the European heavyweight title, Jim Londos will defend his championship against a man from Greece, George Tragos. So with that, let's get to the ring and run our first match, which is Billy Varga versus Evan Lewis. And we're going to roll for some initiative here as the two lock up. And it looks like Evan Lewis is going to take it on the initial lockup. Lewis attempts a shoulder throw on Billy Varga. They are even in power, so that is going to work. And Varga is thrown to the mat hard and is able to stand back up. Lewis moves in with a full Nelson on Billy Varga, and Varga is hurt. Evan Lewis pushing Varga back into the ropes, and the referee is going to break it up. They're going to roll again for initiative as the referee moves them to the center of the ring, and they lock up again. And Evan Lewis once again takes it on the lockup and hits Billy Varga with a grapevine to shoulder lock. And Varga is hurt. And he's still got a hold of the arm, Evan Lewis does, as he once again backs Billy Varga into the ropes. And Varga unable to swing things in his favor as Lewis breaks from the ropes and moves right in for the kill as Varga comes out and locks him in a bear hug and trips him to the canvas. This is a choice F maneuver. So we're going to see either a level 3 bear hug and trip on rolls of 7 or better, or a level 2 on rolls of 5 or better. So I think we're going to go for the level 3 move. It's going to work on 7 or less. And on a roll of 11, Evan Lewis is unsuccessful in tripping Billy Varga to the mat, and Varga takes over. He's not going to back Lewis into the turnbuckle. Instead, he's going to attempt a grounded wrist lock on Strangler Evan Lewis. And this is a choice F maneuver. So it is the same thing, a level 3 move on 6 plus or minus power. His power is +1. So level 3 on 7 or less, or a level 2 on, what would that be? That would be 4 or less. So definitely going for the level 3. He needs a 7 or less. And with a roll of 6, Varga is able to apply pressure to that wrist lock on Evan Lewis. Lewis is hurt. And Varga in control as he backs Evan Lewis into the ropes. And Lewis is able to be saved by the referee as he comes in and breaks it up and moves the competitors back to the center of the ring, and they lock up again. And this time Evan Lewis, well, this time, every time, it seems like Evan Lewis is able to win the lockup and take control of the fight. Lewis with a bear hug and trip. This is that choice F again. We've got that level 3. It's going to work on 7 or less. And with a roll of 6, Lewis is finally able to trip Varga to the mat, and Varga is down. He's not going to roll out of the ring. Instead, he is going to try to stay in and fight. And Evan Lewis with a toe hold on Billy Varga. And Varga able to kick him off and take control of the match. There's that grounded wrist lock. This is a choice F again. It's going to work on 7 or less. And with a roll of 4, he is able to crank that wrist lock on the ground. And Evan Lewis is hurt. And Varga stands him back up, still in control of the arm, and body slams Evan Lewis to the mat. And Lewis is hurt. Lewis struggling to get back up, but finally gets to his feet. And Varga grabs a headlock and spins it into a single leg. And Lewis hits the mat, and he is hurt. And the two are standing back up, and Varga grabs him and backs him into the ropes. Evan Lewis rolling on level 2 offense here, as he is able to counter that back into the ropes there, able to spin it around on Billy Varga and club him in the chest with a big open chop. And here we go, Evan Lewis. After the chop, he comes in, drives in with a double leg takedown on Billy Varga. Varga is dazed, able to catch the ropes that they were standing close to and avoid really being taken down. Evan Lewis grabs the arm of Billy Varga. And Varga able to pull his arm out and attempt that grounded wrist lock. Once again, this is that choice F maneuver, so we're going to need 7 or less. And with a roll of 2, he couldn't roll any lower, so that is definitely going to work. That's going to put Lewis into a bad predicament here as he cranks that wrist lock again, really trying to work that arm. And Evan Lewis is hurt. Billy Varga once again uses the control of the wrist to stand Lewis back up, and then he scoops him up and slams him to the mat. And Lewis is hurt. And here we go with a headlock to spinning leg, or to spinning single leg by Billy Varga. Evan Lewis definitely worse for the wear here. And Lewis is down as Varga takes him down with the single leg out of that headlock. And now Billy Varga waits for Lewis to get back to his feet and locks on his patented abdominal stretch. This is a +1 maneuver, so the target here is going to be 4, and the roll is a 5, so Evan Lewis barely able to reach the ropes here as he gets a fatigue, but Varga still on the attack, just pulls him back from the ropes and applies more pressure to that abdominal stretch. The target now is 5, and the roll is a 3. So just like that, Billy Varga able to win the match with an abdominal stretch over Evan Lewis. So let's end the match and enter this info. We've got Billy Varga beat Evan Lewis via abdominal stretch submission. And let's see, that was 1-star matchup. Wasn't quite a squash, but wasn't a great match either. Let's enter the fatigue info. Varga has 0, and Lewis has 2. And there we go. And our second match, going to be Gladys Gillem versus June Byers. I notice a solo promoter is here. Howdy. Welcome. I'm kind of bad at checking the chat. So you may have been here for a while. I don't know. Hopefully you caught the first match. It was a good one. And we're off to our second match, which is going to see 2 debuting ladies in the NWC women's division. Gladys Gillem will face off against June Byers in our next match. And Gillem is in the blue corner, Byers in the red corner. And we're rolling to see who's got initiative. And June Byers really taking advantage here. And she, out of the lockup, she throws a big drop kick. And that's a power move, and that is not going to work. Gladys Gillem able to just kind of batter away. And Gillem takes over with a rear nerve grip on June Byers as she tries to stand up. And Byers is hurt. And Gillem backs Byers into the corner, pummels her, puts her down, and then starts choking her with her boot. June Byers in a bad spot here, and she is hurt. And the referee finally able to get Gladys Gillem away from June Byers. And she's got that choice F maneuver. This is the same as the last one. It's going to be a level 2 move on rolls of 6 plus or minus agility, or a level 3 move on rolls of 6 plus or minus power. I guess we're going to do power for this one because she's got a -1 power and a -2 agility. So that's going to work on 5 or less. So not great choices here. And with a roll of 8, Gladys Gillem is unable to hit that kitchen sink on June Byers. And June Byers takes over with a bridging double toe hold, really applying the pressure in her first real offensive flurry. And Gillem is hurt. Byers really still wrenching that toe hold. And Gillem's got nowhere to go. So Gladys Gillem rolling her pin here. The target is going to be 3. And the roll is a 5. So we've got 1 fatigue there. And June Byers continues her attack. And Byers... Oh, I just cannot get rid of that cough. Byers with a go-behind takedown. This is a level 2 move. So Gladys Gillem is dazed by that go-behind. And Byers is on the attack still with a grinding headlock. Gladys Gillem dazed by the headlock, but really unable to do much more than that. And Byers backs her to the ropes with the headlock, and then grabs her up and monkey flips her off the ropes. And Gladys Gillem doesn't go anywhere. June Byers just kind of looks foolish as she launches herself off of the thighs of the bigger lady, Gladys Gillem, and lands flat on her back in the ring as Gillem takes control with a bite to the thigh. Definitely not a sanctioned maneuver there. And June Byers kicks her square in the face. If you're going to play dirty, so is June Byers. And Byers with a right hand to the head. And this is a choice E maneuver. Level 3 move going to work on 8 plus or minus agility, which is +1. So that's definitely what we're going for. So 9 or less. And with June Byers with a roll of 10 is countered by Gladys Gillem, who catches the right hand and is on the attack with a rear nerve grip. June Byers in trouble here. She's hurt as Gillem continues her attack, backing her into the corner once again and choking her with her boot. And Gillem has managed to hurt June Byers before the referee able to pull her away. And now she throws Byers out onto the apron, drapes her over the rope, and just slaps her straight in the chest. And that's gotta hurt. And Byers falls to the apron, rolls back into the ring. She is hurt as Gillem goes for the kill here with a hair mare, and then a big kick to the face when Byers is down. And Byers eats that kick, and she just rolls over. Definitely seeing stars now as Gladys Gillem is on the attack. Gillem could attempt a death jump on June Byers. We don't see many of these days, but she is going to go for it. June Byers rolling her death jump. And the opponent is able to hit a big move and continue the attack. So Gladys Gillem with a big standing elbow drop, or standing elbow strike. Basically an elbow strike to the top of the head when both of them are standing. And she is on the attack as Byers is in trouble. And Gillem nails June Byers with a big headbutt. And that's a +1 finisher. So the target here is 4. And the roll is a 9. June Byers able to kick out. But Gillem on the attack. Belly-to-belly suplex. And Byers is down. And now Gillem going back to the top rope. It worked once. Why couldn't it work now? And June Byers is able to get up and push Gladys Gillem off the ropes. And Byers is on the attack. And June Byers with a Byers bridge. This is a level 0 finisher, so target is going to be 4. And the roll is a 9. So Byers able to counter it and counter it good and go for the pin, but she can't get it done. But she's on the attack and she goes for the Byers bridge again. And that's going to be target 5. So target is 5, roll is a 7. So Gillem with another fatigue as Byers continues her attack with a body scissors vice on Gladys Gillem. Gillem is hurt. And June Byers drives some knees into Gladys Gillem. And Gillem able to roll out of the way. Yeah, Gladys Gillem. What's her actual nickname? Gillem rolls out of the way of the knee drive. Byers eats nothing but mat with her unprotected knee. And Gillem is on the attack with some mudhole stomps. Just stomping the crap out of June Byers here. And Byers is in trouble. She's hurt. Using the ropes to get back to her feet. And Gillem able to push her back into those ropes. And Byers not able to get control here. And Gladys Gillem able to continue her attack here. And she's going to push her back into the ropes again. The referee might need to step in and break this up. He's not going to, though. Byers is pushed into the ropes, and Gillem continues her attack. And Gillem with a big hair mare off the ropes, and she moves in and kicks Byers in the face once again. We saw that earlier in the match. Definitely a dirty tactic here. She's going to go for the cover after that this time, though. Target is 4. Roll is a 7. So unsuccessful in her pin attempt, but definitely in control. Gillem hits a belly-to-belly on June Byers. Byers is down. She's going to try to roll out of the ring to collect herself after that kick to the head. And it looks like they're... Oh, there it is. Gillem comes out of the ring. And a wild brawl erupts between the two of them. Both wrestlers ignoring the referee now. Both wrestlers in danger of being disqualified. And Gillem is disqualified. Let's see if Byers is also disqualified. She is not. So just like that, Gladys Gillem gets herself disqualified. She's slamming Byers into the apron and the ring post. And the referee doesn't like that and calls for the bell. And that's going to do it. So Gladys Gillem is disqualified in a wild brawl outside the ring. So June Byers is your winner, but definitely not the kind of win that you want. We're going to record that one. Byers beat Gillem via DQ when Gillem smashed Byers into the ring post during a wild brawl outside the ring. And let's see, we had 3 and 2, so that's 5 between two guys. That's a 2.5-star match. So there we go, and we've got Gillem with 3 fatigue, Byers with 2. And we're going to save that one up. So there we go. The ladies, definitely not how I was expecting that match to go down, but Gladys Gillem trying to live up to her nickname there and really do some damage to June Byers. And we are on to our next match, which is going to see the fabulous Kangaroos with their manager Wild Red Berry. And they're going to step in to face the Dusek Riot Squad with their brother, Rudy Dusek. And we've got to actually click on the match to run it. And let's make sure it's set everything up. Red Berry is set up as the manager, so that is good. Rudy Dusek set up as a manager, so that is good. There we go. We're going to roll one die to see which Kangaroo starts us out, and it's going to be Heffernan. And let's do the same for the Duseks. And with a roll of 4, it's going to be Emil Dusek. And we're going to clear that log and roll for initiative. And Roy Heffernan, lowest possible roll he could get, so he is not going to get he is not going to win the lockup. Emil Dusek takes the lockup and starts us out with a big judo chop to Roy Heffernan. Heffernan is already in trouble here. And no, Heffernan able to block the judo chop and take control of the fight. And he hits Emil Dusek with a leaping chest attack. And Dusek is down. Or hurt, excuse me. Dusek is hurt. And Heffernan now with a jumping head cracker. And Emil Dusek avoids that one. Finally able to get back in control here, and he's got a power move. He's got a -1 power, and so does Heffernan, so that is going to work. The side headlock is applied, and Heffernan is hurt. Now, where will Dusek go? He grabs a surfboard. Love the dice roll sound effects. Thank you. Yeah, it's just something I found online from one of those free sound effects repositories. It had like a free use license, so I was like, why not? Dice roll sound effects is always good. So yeah, we've got a surfboard from Emil Dusek on Roy Heffernan. And Heffernan is hurt. Dusek gonna go for the tag to Ernie Dusek here. And Ernie Dusek grabs Heffernan with a reverse grapevine. And the reverse grapevine hurts Roy Heffernan. Heffernan is in trouble here as Dusek waits for him to get up and then throws a rabbit punch at Heffernan. Heffernan is clobbered by that punch. He's hurt. And now Ernie Dusek with a body press. And Heffernan can't stop Dusek from pressing him. And he is hurt. And Ernie Dusek slips behind, grabs the choke sleeper on Roy Heffernan. Heffernan definitely feeling this. He's hurt as Dusek continues the attack with another body press on Roy Heffernan. Heffernan's hurt. Ernie Dusek gonna tag Emil back in. And Emil on the attack here. Emil gonna push Roy Heffernan into the turnbuckle. And Heffernan can't do anything about it. Emil backs him back into the turnbuckle and chokes him a little bit before stepping back out. But Heffernan is not really able to get anything going as he steps back out of the turnbuckle, and Emil Dusek is on the attack immediately. And Dusek grabs a Dusek double headlock on Roy Heffernan. This is a +1 finisher. So target is going to be 3, so no pin save or anything there. And the roll is a 7, so he is able to break free of the Dusek double headlock, but he is in trouble here as Emil Dusek is on the attack with a brutal bear hug. And this is a choice G maneuver. So we're going to see either a turnbuckle chart or 6 or less for a level 3 brutal bear hug. I think we're going to go for the level 3 brutal bear hug. So roll of 6 or less will get it. And with a roll of 7, Emil Dusek is unsuccessful. And Roy Heffernan able to take over here. Heffernan with a monkey flip. This is a choice A. You could back him into the ropes, which is exactly what he's going to do. And Dusek able to spin it around as they back to the ropes and take control. He puts his forearm right into the bridge of Roy Heffernan's nose as he leans him back on the ropes. And Heffernan is in trouble as Emil Dusek is on the attack, grabbing up the legs and putting Heffernan on his back and spinning him around and around with that giant swing. Heffernan is hurt. And now Emil Dusek grabs a nerve pinch. And, well, Heffernan is in the nerve pinch. He tags into his brother Ernie Dusek. And Heffernan rolling on his defense here. He's hurt by that nerve pinch. And now Ernie Dusek going to back him into the turnbuckle. And Heffernan able to counter this as Ernie Dusek backs him back into the turnbuckle, but Heffernan spins it around and then puts the knee to the gut and takes control of the fight here. He needs to he needs a move to put Dusek down so he can tag. And there it is, catapult smash tag. So Al Costello comes in. Dusek is in trouble. He's rolling on level 3 here. He's rolling his pin. So that's no good. He's a 5-2, so doesn't really need any kind of pin save or anything, so we're just going to roll the pin. Target is 2. Finisher, or the roll is a 7, so we're good there. He is able to kick out, but now Al Costello really on the attack here. Not going to toss the Duseks out of the ring. That is a recipe for disaster there. And Costello into the turnbuckle. I guess that's a little better than throwing him out of the ring. But no, Ernie Dusek able to turn it around on Al Costello. Or no, he's not. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's roll on level 3 defense, not offense here. And so now Al Costello backs him into the buckle and puts some clubs to him. And Dusek is in danger. And Dusek is hurt as Costello goes on the attack with a big backbreaker slam. And Dusek is hurt by that backbreaker slam as Costello backs him into the ropes. And Ernie Dusek can't do anything off the ropes there, as Costello is solidly in control of the match and continues his attack with a marble bore leg lock. This is a level 3 maneuver, and this is going to put Ernie Dusek down. He has the chance for the tag. He needs 6 or less, and with a roll of 80 is unsuccessful, so he's rolling on level 3. Or no, he already rolled there. So Al Costello rolling on level 3 offense here with a Chinese rack. This is a choice G. Turnbuckle or 7, 5 or less. That's not going to be good. So we're going to go for the turnbuckle here. And Ernie Dusek able to counter. He's able to get out of the dangerous spot. Costello tries to throw a punch. Dusek blocks or ducks out of the way. Costello hits nothing but turnbuckle, and Ernie Dusek takes control of the fight here. And Dusek with a reverse grapevine on Al Costello. Costello's hurt. Dusek makes the tag to Emil Dusek, who comes in and puts a knee to the jaw of Al Costello. Costello not in a good way here, but he's able to grab the knee after it connects and take control of the match. So not the best connection, but it didn't matter because Costello was able to counter it, and he backs Emil into the corner, and Costello and Heffernan double team pummel the Dusek brother here. And Heffernan comes back in, and Dusek is in trouble, and Dusek's hurt. And now another big tag team maneuver as they catapult smash him. And Dusek has got a roll on level 3. He's hurt again. And Costello with a big backbreaker slam. And Dusek is down. He could try for the tag, which is exactly what he's going to do. And with a roll of 3, he is successful. So Ernie comes back in on level 1 with a headlock face slam. This is a choice A maneuver. So he's either going to back him into the ropes, or he's going to work him on a level 2 move, which is going to work on 8 or less. I think that's what we're going to try here. Level 2 move. Level 2 headlock face slam. 8 or less. And with a roll of 11, he is unsuccessful, as Al Costello takes control of the match and nails Ernie Dusek with an Aussie suplex. And Dusek is hurt. He's going to try for the tag again. Not successful, as Costello backs him into the ropes. And now Ernie Dusek able to rake the eyes of Al Costello as he's backing Dusek up into the ropes and take control of the fight. And now Ernie Dusek in control with a reverse headlock sleeper hold. And Al Costello, he's down. He's going to try his tag now. And with a roll of 12, he is unsuccessful, as Dusek on the attack grabs a Dusek double headlock on Al Costello. Ernie Dusek has a +2 Dusek double headlock, so that is going to make that a roll of 5 or better. We're going to go for a pin save here. And apparently Red Berry made the pin save. I think that was supposed to be Roy Heffernan making that pin save, but Red Berry works too. So it is a success, but it doesn't gain them any kind of ground, as Costello is not pinned, but the Duseks are still in control of the fight. And Dusek gonna throw him out of the ring. And the opponent has an illegal attack. So Dusek comes out of the ring, tries to hit Costello with a chair. Opponent rolls DQ. Target is 5, roll is a 7, so he's not DQ'd. So he blasts Costello with the chair and then rolls him back into the ring. And now Ernie Dusek on the attack. Not going to throw him out of the ring that time. Going to blast him with a rabbit punch. Costello able to catch that rabbit punch and take control of the match, backing him into the corner so that him and Heffernan can double team pummel Ernie Dusek. So Roy Heffernan is in now. And Dusek is down. He's going to try for the tag. And he is just able to get to scoot across the ring and make the tag to Emil Dusek. And Emil Dusek comes in on level 1 and nails Costello with a judo chop. Costello's hurt. And Emil Dusek trying to slow it down with a big nerve pinch. That's going to hurt Heffernan, but Heffernan is close enough to try for a tag. And he is just able to touch the hand of Al Costello as Costello comes back in with some double hammers to the chest. That's a power move, and he does not have the power. So Emil Dusek just kind of stares at him and is like, what are you trying to do here, dude? And Dusek is on the attack with a big bulldog headlock. And Costello is down. Costello could try for the tag again. And Costello is not able to get it as Emil Dusek drags him back to his corner. And is on the attack. Emil Dusek going to throw Costello out of the ring. This is a wild brawl that happens outside of the ring. Both wrestlers roll DQ. So, after another wild brawl, here we go. We've got Costello is disqualified. Let's see if the Duseks are disqualified. The Duseks are not disqualified. So what we're going to say happened here is that they were brawling outside of the ring, and both Roy Heffernan and Wild Red Berry came up and just started pummeling on Emil Dusek, unprovoked, which of course is going to bring over the Duseks, and there is going to be another big fracas here as all 6 men are just brawling all over the place. But the match is over, and the winners are the Dusek Riot Squad. So we're going to end this one. Emil Dusek beat Al Costello via DQ when Heffernan and Berry attacked Emil outside of the ring. We'll say during a brawl. Outside of the ring. Let's see, we had 3 fatigue tokens, and we're going to call it a 1-star match. I'm going to use a little bit of the promoter's discretion here. We had Costello with 1, Heffernan with 1, Ernie with 1, and Emil did not have any. So, there we go. Tag team action. The fabulous Kangaroos were able to outfight the Duseks, but they weren't able to beat them, as the Duseks win by DQ. And on to our semi-main event, where it's going to see Frank Gotch take on Black Sam, Vero Small. This should be an interesting fight. Both guys have the same stance. I did not think about that until right now. And we are underway here. And Gotch with a 7. Black Sam with a 9. So Sam takes it out of the lockup. Sam with a wrist lock on Frank Gotch. Gotch is able to counter the wrist lock with a big headbutt to Vero Small's Black Sam. Not in a good way here. And Sam is hurt as Gotch takes him down, cross-faces him, and armbars him. And he is rolling his pin already. Target is going to be 3. Roll is a 7. So Frank Gotch off to a good start here. 3 add 1. So we're going to add 1. Roll. And that's going to be a down, leave the ring. He's not going to leave the ring. Black Sam is a fighting sort of guy. Going to stay in there. Oh, and he's going to roll. What am I doing? I'm going to roll on Gotch's level 3. And Gotch with a half Nelson crotch hold slam on Black Sam. Sam rolling his pin again. Oh my, this is going to be a target of 5, and the roll is a 4. So just like that, Frank Gotch has defeated Black Sam with a half Nelson crotch hold slam. And Gotch is your winner. Gotch definitely picked that one up when he headbutted Sam out of to counter that move. Definitely not a very friendly way to get the win, but a win is a win. So Frank Gotch beat Black Sam via half Nelson crotch hold slam. That Sam had 3, so we're gonna say the 1-star match. Sam had 3. Gotch had 0. And that is the end of that. And we're on to our main event of the evening. Jim Londos is defending his European heavyweight title against George Tragos. And Londos, both of these men are Greek, so this should be an interesting match here. Tragos, does he have any? Yep. If Tragos wins with this move, roll 2 dice on rolls of 10 or 12. The opponent is injured. So nothing that's going to affect the match unless he wins with that arm lock and scissors. And Londos has the Boston Crab that turns into an airplane spin after 3 fatigue tokens. So we'll have to keep that in mind. We're going to roll the die to start the match. And Tragos is able to win the lockup and take control of the fight. Tragos with a flying mare on Jim Londos. Londos is dazed. And Tragos now with a face lock and knee lift. And he is not successful as Tragos has a +1 power, or Tragos has a +2 power, Londos has a +1. So Londos is marginally more powerful. So he is going to block that knee lift and take control of the match. And Londos nails him with a crotch lift and slam. This is a add 1 maneuver. So Londos already striking while the iron is hot, just coming out real quick. Tragos is hurt by the move, and Londos grabs him in a reverse toe hold. Tragos able to counter it, though, and back Londos into the ropes. Londos able to counter that, grabbing a front face lock as they back into the ropes, and he is on the attack. And he grabs a Grecian sleeper grip out of that front face lock. This is a choice E maneuver. So it's going to work on 8 plus or minus agility for a level 3, so that's going to be 7. Or 8 plus or minus power for a level 2, so 10 for a 2. I think we're going to go for the level 3, that's going to work on 7 or less. And with a roll of 11, it is unsuccessful. So Londos not able to grab that Grecian sleeper grip on George Tragos. Tragos with a bear hug takedown on Jim Londos. Londos is dazed. Kind of falls to his butt, but is able to get back up real quick. And Tragos with a big flying mare. Londos is able to counter the mare. And back Tragos into the turnbuckle. And Tragos showing that he can outmaneuver Londos as well as they back into the turnbuckle. And Tragos is able to slip behind him and push him into the buckle. And as they come out, Tragos is ready for Londos and is on the attack. And he grabs Londos up and backs him into the turnbuckle. And Londos gonna show what's good for the goose is good for the gander as he is able to take control of Tragos in the corner as they grapple for position. And now Londos is on the attack. Londos with a cross arm thrust. This is a choice C maneuver. It's going to work on 5 for a level 3 or 8 for a level 2. I think we're going for that level 2. And with a roll of 7, he is successful. So Tragos is hurt by the cross arm thrust of Jim Londos. Londos going to back him into the ropes. And Tragos grabs a front face lock as they back to the ropes. Tragos gonna grab a Grecian sleeper grip. And Londos tried this same exact sequence on Tragos, but was unsuccessful. But Tragos definitely going to be successful here, as he is giving Londos nowhere to go. Target is 1, so ceremonial pin or ceremonial dice roll, as he can't be pinned or submitted. And Londos gets the fatigue as he kicks out of the Grecian sleeper grip. And Tragos is on the attack. Still has that Grecian sleeper grip locked in. And Londos able to get his foot over the ropes. He is hurt as Tragos backs him into the turnbuckle. And this time, Londos not able to make anything happen as Tragos forces him back to the turnbuckle. The referee separates the two men, but Tragos is the quicker on the re-lockup. And he gets control. And Tragos grabs a hammerlock, and Londos spins out of that hammerlock with ease, backing Tragos into the ropes. And this time, Londos able to successfully get Tragos to the ropes and deliver a knee to the gut as they lean against the ropes. And now Londos grabs up George Tragos off the ropes, picks him up in a fireman's carry, and slams him to the mat. This is an add 1 maneuver, so we're going to add the thing. And Tragos is hurt. And now Londos takes him down and grinds away on that armbar. And Tragos is down. He's not going to leave the ring, as Londos rolls him from the armbar into a Boston Crab here. And he does not have 3 fatigue, so this is just the Boston Crab. So it's a level 0 finisher. The target is 6, and the roll is a 12, so no submission from Tragos, as Londos works the crab. And now Londos lets go of the crab and grabs a Grecian sleeper grip. This is going to be 7 or less for the level 3 move. We're going to go for it again. And with a roll of 4, he is successful. And Tragos is put down by that Grecian sleeper grip. And Londos now with a standing toe hold. And that's going to hurt George Tragos. And Londos with a grinding armbar. Tragos is down. And now another fireman's carry and slam. This is going to add 1 fatigue. And Tragos is in trouble. Tragos is hurt by that slam as Londos continues his attack. And Londos with a crotch lift and slam, just throwing Tragos all over the ring. Add 1, rolling on level 3 defense. And Tragos is hurt. Londos backs him into the ropes again. And Tragos unable to do anything with it as Londos grabs some underhooks and takes control of the fight. Puts him on the mat, and then grabs him up into that airplane spin this time. So airplane spin, this is a +2 finisher. So let's see what happens here. The target is going to be 11. I don't think he's going to kick out of this one, guys. And the roll is a 9. So just like that, Jim Londos has successfully defended his European heavyweight title against George Tragos in a pretty good match. Tragos showed a lot of heart there. Londos has been kind of running roughshod over everybody in that division. So Tragos, and it ended with an airplane spin. Airplane spin pinfall. 7 fatigue tokens total. So that's a 3.5-star match. Tragos had 6. And Londos had 1. We'll go here. We'll do some bold. We'll go Londos. Yeah. We'll do Jim Londos. Retained the European heavyweight title. And then we'll end the bold. There we go. And okay. So that is going to do it for us for card 6.2. I will be back sometime soon. It might even be with Ed Lewis's new promotions first card. They are supposedly going to run here in February of year 6, but we'll see if that happens. Either way, it should be an interesting one. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. Grant, the solo promoter, was here. Doug Justice, Michael Brada, thank you all for watching. If you're watching later, thank you for clicking on the video and checking it out. And I